Okay, so this is gonna be part one, two. What if Deku was in the Purge? So let's get into it.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah.
So, I'm sorry about not posting in 2 weeks. I I kind of lost motivation to post, and I know that's a bad thing to hear from a YouTuber that they lost motivation to post. And with all like the stuff that's been going on with my family and a lot of like my school is sending me a lot of work because it's Thanksgiving break for me, and they sent me a lot of work that I have to do, and I haven't started yet. And like, yeah, so like basically with my family problems and school work, I haven't been getting a lot of time to explain. And I'm sorry if you can hear my heater. Like, if you hear like something in the background, that's my heater. It just turned on. So I'm sorry if you can hear it. I'll try to talk louder, so like, yeah. So yeah, that's like the reason why I stopped posting for 2 weeks, but I'm back. And I'm just gonna say this now. If I stop posting 2 videos a week, and just it would probably just be 1 video a week because of like all the stuff that's been going on. So if that happens, I'm sorry, but that's how life is. Like, I don't really get a lot of time to myself, and this is like the only time. But I'll promise to try to make more videos, but there's no guaranteed. So, anyways, where I last left off with the story, Deku was watching the news, and the news just announced about the Purge, and Inka would walk into the living room, and she would say like, "Izuku, dinner is rare," and she would stop midway of her sentence, and she would look at the news or look at the TV and watch the news, and they're still explaining what the Purge is. So like she like kind of gets worried and like walks closer to the TV. As she gets closer to the TV, she stands next to Deku, and she would say like, "Izuku, what's going on?" And Deku says, I'm not really sure, but they're talking about something called the Purge. That's gonna happen today." And Inko says, like, "What's the Purge?" And Deku would say like, just watch the news. And the news would start explaining once again that the Purge isn't gonna be an annual thing, and for 7 hours, or 12, I think. Or yeah, because it's 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., so it's 12 hours. So like they would say that for 12 hours, all crime, including murder, is legal. And once Inko hears that, she starts to panic a lot, and she would start to breathe heavily, and she's like taking a lot of like deep breaths, and she's like, "No, like this can't be happening. Like, why would they allow something like this?" And Deku says, "I don't know, but we have to prepare." They said that it's gonna start at 7 p.m. It's already 5. And Ingo says, "Yeah, we have to go get supplies. We're gonna have to border up the house." So they rush to like um they rush to like first a grocery store, and once they get there it's chaotic. um it's um it's basically like it's very crowded. It's If you ever been to a store, it's basically like Black Friday. Like that's the best way I can put it. Or yeah, I guess. Or like when quarantine started, like everyone was just rushing to the stores to like buy toilet paper. That's basically how it is. And people are a lot violent. Like they start using the quirks on each other just to get like food. And Inko and Deku, they're all the way in like the back, or like they're still in the front, but like they're in the front of the store. They can't even get in, and like people are just like crowding. They're like all in the store, and like there's barely any food left. So and Deku knows if like once they enter, like the food's probably gonna be gone. So he tells his mom to like stay there, and he'll get the food. So like he starts pushing through people with his strength, and people would start to like get mad and start like using their quirks to like try to like hurt Deku. Deku would just be dodging, and he wouldn't fight back. He would just dodge and just continue on his way to get food. And he's like doing parkour around the store just to like get around people. He's like bouncing off the walls and bouncing off like the like shelves and whatnot. Then he like once he gets to the food, like he would just start grabbing bags, just like any bags that he can like find, and just start grabbing as much food as possible. And I know like it seems like it's like it's like how can I explain it? I just lost my train of thought. But even though he's like grabbing a lot of food, because even though it's just gonna be for 12 hours, they're not taking any chances. Especially Inko. So like she's not taking any chances, so they're just getting as much food as they can. And so like Deku grabbed like 5 bags of food, like I would say like canned food, some of it, but other like just regular like snacks, like fruit bars and like just regular food, I guess. Then he would just go pay for it. He would just pay for it, and he wouldn't wait in line. He would just like count out the money and just jump towards like the cash register and just place it. Like he would just hand it towards like the cashier, and he would say like keep the change, and just like run out of the store. And he would leave the store, and he would say like, "Mom, I got the food," and she would say like, "All right, let's hurry to the hardware store." So they get in their car and they drive to the hardware store. And so they basically buy wood, and like just really any wood they can find that's sturdy and like pretty big. So they would also buy like nails and I guess like a hammer, because they wouldn't really have one. So like they would get like a hammer, nails, and wood. So they would go pay, and it's not as crowded as the grocery store was, but it was still pretty crowded. But they managed to get like to be like one of the first people inside, and like one of the first people like to like the cash register to go pay and like leave. So they go back home, and I would say that it took like I would just say like an hour just to go to those 2 stores and like back home. And Deku would say like, "Mom, we only got 1 hour until it starts. We gotta hurry." She would say like, "Oh, all right. Can you start like boarding up like the windows, and I'll like pack, just like bring the food inside." And Deku would say, "Yeah, all right." So he would start like boarding up like the windows and like basically any way to like enter the house besides the door because he still needs to get in. And like yeah, he would like board up. Yeah, he would like place like a bunch of like wooden planks, and just for yeah, no, I was gonna say something, but it wouldn't really make sense, so I'm not gonna say it. So he would just border up the house, and his mom would like be finished, also like with packing all, yeah, like packing all the food, yeah, or like storing all the food in the kitchen. And she would say like, all right, so hopefully no one can find us or like break into our house. And Deku said like we can just hope. And Deku said like we should watch the news. And for the I would say like it took him, I would say since he was like doing it really fast, I would say it took him like 40 minutes, which is like really fast to border up a house, but he was able to manage in 40 minutes. So they got 20 minutes till like the purge officially starts. So they're just watching the news, and then they're just like talking about random things. And then once like the final 5 minutes, yeah, once like the final 5 minutes, then they'll start talking about the purge, and they're just waiting. Like the countdown will start to appear on the screen, and then no wait, what am I doing? Hold on. So the message would play first. Yeah, I'll just say yeah, the message would play first, I think. Yeah, I forgot how the purge works. Like if the message plays first, and then like yeah, I'm pretty sure the message plays first. So I don't really know what the message says. I just know like a few things. So the message basically says like would explain what the purge is about. Until like 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., all crime is legal, including murder, for 12 hours. And then it would just like end with, "May God be with you all." Then the purge, like siren would go off, and yeah, Deku would say like, "Oh crap, it's starting," and Inko would say like, "We should go hide," and Deku would say, "Yeah, you're right." So they're like hiding in, I would say, in Deku's room. Yeah, they're hiding in Deku's room because he has like weapons in there that he can protect himself with and can protect his mom with. So instead of using his wooden swords, like they're already broken from the fight. Like yeah, when he fought Bakugo, they broke. So he would pull out his like real weapons, like his real katanas, just real knives, just real weapons that he knows how to use. So he has like twin katanas. Yeah, he has twin katanas. And he has like a bunch of knives. I would say he basically has the same arsenal as Deadpool. I just except for like the grenades, because I don't know, he wouldn't be able to get hold of grenades, but he would have the same weapons as Deadpool, except the guns as well. Almost forgot the guns. And also he would have a bow staff. And he would also have like a light suit of armor. Yeah, he would have a light suit of armor, and he would also have like a very like big, I guess, shield for his mom, just in case. And like about 10 minutes go by, nothing happens, and Deku says, "I'm gonna go check it out, Mom. I'm gonna see if anyone's in the house." And go to like, "No, don't." And Deku to like, I'll be fine. I have this armor, and plus I have my weapons with me. And Inko to like, she would say like, oh, all right, be careful. And Deku would say like, I will, mom. And so Deku would step out of his room, and he would open the door like very, very quietly, because he doesn't know if anyone's actually in here. Because like, for all he could know, like there can be someone in this house, and they got in with using the quirk. Like, yeah. So Deku was like walking really slowly, just checking out the place, and so far he sees no one, and he will go towards the kitchen, and he would grab some food for them. So just in case, like if they have to stay in his room for longer, they'll have food to eat. So he grabs food or some food, and like brings it to his room. Then he closes the door, and Deku would say like, "There's no one here," and Ingo would say like, "Oh, that's a relief." But are you sure? They could have. What if they had like a shadow quirk and they got in here? Like they used their quirk to get in here, and Deku would say like I would have sensed them. Like I would have known that there was someone in here besides us. Then Deku would hear something, an engine, a car outside of his house. But since his windows are boarded up, he can't see out of them. And then he would hear a crash, and Inko would like scream. Daggett like what happened? And he would say like, "Mom, stay here," and he would pull out his katanas, and he would rush out of the room, and Inko would just say like, "No, Izuku." And Deku would check out like what happened, like what caused the crash, and he just sees a giant car in his living room, and like it crashed through like his house. And then like 4 people would come out, just like just thugs or just like random people that are taking advantage of the purge. And they would say like, "Oh, nice, we crashed into this house. Let's see if they have any valuable things that we can take." They'd say like, "Yeah, let's do that." And they haven't noticed Deku yet, because Deku's stealthy, so he knows how to maneuver around without anyone noticing him. So Deku or the people would say like, "Come on, split up, like we'll meet up back here in the living room." And they would say like, "All right." So as they split up, they would go like to like opposite like corners of the house. So Deku would take out the first one, which was in the bottom left of the house. He would take him out by just knocking him. He would knock him out because he doesn't want to kill anyone. And then he would take out the other person that was on the left. He would knock him out as well. Deku would go to the right side of his house. He would see the one on the the bottom right corner, take him out. And then as he took the third guy out, he would hear his mom scream, and he would just rush over there to see one of like the thug that the person that he didn't take out, holding his mom holding a knife to his mom's throat. And he would say like, "Huh, so there's another person here. Who are you? And if you come any closer, I'll kill this woman." And Deku doesn't really know what to do, even though he's like trained, and like he's not like canon Deku, but he's still scared, because like if he like does anything, his mom's life would be over. So he's just trying to think of what to do. And I'm gonna say that one of the thugs, I'm gonna say he was like a one of the thugs would wake up and then appear behind Deku. He would like, you think it would be that easy to take me out? Deku would turn around and get like punched in the chest and get sent flying towards a wall, like making a dent in it. And Inko would scream like Izuku, and the guy would say like, "Be quiet, or I'll slit your throat." And then she would just start to like cry and like just go silent and start to cry. And Deku would like get up and he was like, "Oh, that hurt." Then the guy would pick Deku up and just start punching him over and over again. And then Deku would use like one of his knives to like stab into the guy's arm. And he would say like, "Oh, why'd you do that, kid? Or why'd you do that for?" And Deku's trying to get up, but he's like really dazed. And then the thug that was beating up Deku, he would say like, "Kill her." And the other guy would say like, "Wait, what?" Like, "Kill her." And he would say like, "Are you sure?" And he would say like, "Just kill her." He would say like, "All right," and just would slit Inko's throat. And Deku would see this happening, but since he's like dazed, his vision is really blurry, and he would slowly lose consciousness. And the guys to like, "Go on, let's get out of here." And Deku would fall unconscious. He would wake up like an hour later. It's like pretty dark outside. And Deku's like, "Ow, on my head." Then he would look around to see his mom on the floor in a pile of blood. He would rush towards his mom. He would say like, Mom, are you okay?" And he would see that her throat was slit. And Deku doesn't really know how to react because he saw his mom get killed in front of him. So he he feels really sad, but then like rage would start to fill him. He just wants to get revenge for his mom. Like, he wants to go kill the people that killed his mom. And that's what's on his mind right now. So he would say like, "I'm sorry, Mom, I couldn't protect you. But I will avenge you." And Deku would pick up Inko's dead body, and he would just put it on her bed and just cover her up, like wrap her in a blanket and just set her on her bed. And Deku's like, "I'm sorry, Mom," and he would leave the house. And he is pissed off. He's like really, really mad. And he says like, "I swear I'm gonna kill those bastards." And now, since his mom is dead, he's basically lost he doesn't have any sympathy left for anyone. So like he wouldn't care if he had to kill anyone. Yeah, he wouldn't be afraid to kill anyone. So he would like leave his house and like just see what happened to the city. And as he gets there, he would see destruction everywhere. He would see explosions going off, people like using their quirks on each other and killing each other left and right. Even some of the heroes that were like quote unquote fake heroes, they would start like to they would start to kill people because I don't, why not? Because they can, I guess, because it's legal. Even Mount Ladies in this, she's just she's been like she just is angry, and this is like her one opportunity to destroy things, and yeah, just to get her anger out. So she's like destroying like buildings and just basically anything she can find. And Deku said like, what's happening? And some of like the actual like real heroes, they're actually trying to stop people. All Might's on the scene, and he's like stopping other like heroes from like killing other heroes and just random people. And he's not actually killing them, but he is like knocking them out, and he's gonna like restrain them, and like once the purge is over, he's gonna have them arrested. Well, actually it wouldn't work because they did it since in the purge, so it would since it was legal, they wouldn't be arrested. So but yeah, sorry, but yeah, he wouldn't have them, they wouldn't be arrested, but he would still restrain them. And Deku was just leaping from building to building, just watching this all happen. Then, as like Deku's looking down, he would hear explosions getting closer and closer to him. He would look to his left to see Bakugo. Bakugo would yell out, "Die, Deku!" and would just explode, or would shoot an explosion in his face. Deku couldn't dodge this, and he would get hit. And Bakugo would say like, this is my chance to finally kill you, Deku. And Deku would say like, Bakugo, how did you get out of the hospital? And I'm gonna do a little flashback to Bakugo's perspective while as like the purge was being announced. So Bakugo is like laying in his like hospital bed, and the message would start to play, and Bakugo would just get this grin on his face, and his eyes are starting to like are really red. And then the purge alarm would go off, and this is when he would shoot massive explosions to cause like some of like the hospital that he was in, like to like he would like create destruction in his room. And he would say like, oh, like even though I'm not fully healed, it doesn't matter, I'm gonna kill Deku. And once he gets out of the hospital, he would just start flying away, and he would see like all like the destruction the city is going through. And he would land he would land on a building, and then he would see like his like friends down there like being attacked by random people. And Bakugo would say like, you idiots, and he would like make his way down. Even though he wants to kill Deku, he still I guess cares about his friends. So he would go in, protect them. And Bakugo is like, since it's the purge, he's not holding back anything. So he like, when he shoots an explosion, it burns like the person, it like severely hurts them, and they would be like blown away. And Bakugo's like, what are you guys doing here? Like, you're not, like, you guys are stupid to be here. And they would say, Bakugo, I thought you were in the hospital. Bakugo would say like, yeah, I was, but I wanted to leave. And they would say like, why? And he would get a grin on his face, and he'd say, to kill Deku. And they would say like, really? So do you want to actually kill Midoriya? And he would say, yes. Did you think I was joking? And they would say like, no. Well, kind of. And Bakugo would say, would get mad because like they were doubting him. And you know how Bakugo is, like he doesn't like when people like doubt him, so he would say like, so you were doubting me? And they would say like, no, no, we're not. And so Bakugo would shoot an explosion at them, and they would get sent flying like back, and then they would be crushed by like debris, falling debris. Like they would get crushed, and Bakugo would like, like he would just look at them. Well, he wouldn't be able to look at them, but he would see like the piece of rubble like fall on them, crushing them, and they would die because like they wouldn't be able to survive that. And Bakugo says, they were useless anyway. Now I have to go find Deku. And then like other people would start like trying to attack Bakugo, but Bakugo would hold his own and like use like blow them away with his quirk. And like Bakugo would fly towards the top of the building, and he would say like, "Where is Midoriya?" And he would say like, I should check his house." And so he would go fly. Yeah, he would fly towards Deku's house, and he would see like the car crash through a car in the living room. He would say like, "Huh? So that idiot crashed the car, huh?" He would walk in. He would just look around. He would see like a bunch of food in the kitchen. He would say like, "Huh, I didn't know he ate this much." And then he would just look around in his room to see. He would look around to see if he had any more weapons on him. But he did, but they were like really dull, so they wouldn't be able to be useful in a fight. So he just left those. And then he would walk into Inko's room. And he would see like, huh, what's that thing? What's that blanket wrapped in? Or like what's wrapped in the blanket? And so he would unwrap it to see Inko dead. And he would say like, Inko. And he actually like Inko treated him nicely. Like Bakugo like actually liked Inko, and now that she's dead, like he doesn't really know how to feel. And then he would cover back, wrap her again in her blanket, and he would say like, "I'm sorry." And now he feels even more hatred against Deku because Deku couldn't protect his mother. And he would say like, "I might as well check where my parents are." So he would blast towards where his house is. He would check, and Bakugo's parents are also dead. And Bakugo like just gets even more mad that his parents are dead as well. So then he would just say like, I gotta go find Deku and teach him a lesson. And then he would just blast off. He would be blasting back into the city. Then he would see Deku on the rooftop. He'd say like, "There you are, Deku." So he would blast towards him. And then Deku would look at him. Bakugo would say, "Die, Deku." And then the flashback would end. And it would be Deku and Bakugo would be fighting on the roof. Deku would say like, "Why do you want to kill me so badly, Bakugo?" And Bakugo says, "Because I hate you. You're quirkless. You'll never be a hero." And then Bakugo would stop, and Deku would say, "And what?" He would say, "It's none of your business," and he would shoot an explosion towards Deku. Deku would dodge. Bakugo would blast in the air. He would like he would blast himself into the air. He would punch Deku, and Deku would be sent towards like the roof of the building, Bakugo would say, like, now I got you. And he would start to do his howitzer impact. And it's a lot more, like, he's a lot closer than he was, like, when they fought the last time. So this howitzer impact actually, like, hurts Deku. Even though in the last time Deku, like, barely dodged it. Or did he get hit? I think he got hit. I don't really remember, but Bakugo was a lot closer, so the Deku got even more hurt, even with, like, the armor on him. It basically broke off. And Bakugo, or as the smoke cleared, Bakugo would have a sword impaled in his chest. And Deku is just there on the floor with the sword, holding the sword. And just, like, he has a bunch of burns on him. I don't say he had a mask on. No, he wouldn't have a mask on. But he would have, like, a bunch of burns on his face. He would say, I'm sorry, Bakugo, I had to. And Bakugo would, like, jump back to see that a sword, he has a sword in his chest, and he would start to cough up blood. And since he was not fully healed, this hurt even more for him. So as Bakugo is, like, slowly dying, Deku would get back up. He would, like, be holding, like, his side because it hurts, and he would just, like, slowly walk to Bakugo, and Bakugo would say, like, just do it, just kill me already. And Deku, even though he has no, like, remorse to kill anyone, he still feels that he shouldn't kill Bakugo, even though he, like, bullied him for almost his entire life. Or when he was younger, Bakugo bullied him, but since he asked, he doesn't refuse, and he takes a knife and basically slits his throat, and Bakugo dies instantly. Deku says, I'm sorry, Bakugo. So then Deku would grab his sword and, like, basically, like, he would pull out his sword from Bakugo's chest, and he would, like, basically clean it up from the blood that it had on. It was covered in blood, so he cleaned it up. That's a better explanation. I can't talk right now. Sorry, but Deku basically cleaned up the blood from his sword, along with his knife. And then he would leave Bakugo's body there on the rooftop. Then he would jump away. As Deku is jumping from building to building, he would look back at the building where Bakugo's lifeless body is, and he would feel sad, like, even though he bullied him and told him that to kill himself multiple times, he didn't feel like that he deserved to die, and Deku didn't want to kill him, but Deku saw him suffering, and he just wanted to put him out of his misery. So Deku would continue on running and jumping to building a building. And that's where I'm gonna leave it off. And I hope you guys liked this part. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
That body, baby, show me.